Hello everybody, this is Ilana Michelson from ilanamichelson.com or optiontoheal.com, go by both. And today I want to discuss with you something that actually happened to me today and that was really quite exciting. I listen to Abraham Hicks a lot, and she mentions quite often about this idea that sometimes you get an inspiration to do something, and that inspiration leads you to something else, and that inspiration leads you to something else until you get to the place where you actually want to get to. And today it actually happened. So yesterday, one of the people that I tend to sometimes listen to is Jake Ducey. I love his blue eyes, but I also like what he has to say. And he keeps talking about the fact that his mentor was Bob Proctor. Now, I read about Bob Proctor from the book Think and Grow Rich, and I read about it from another place, and I looked into him a little bit, but I never actually followed him so much. So I decided, well, maybe I should follow him because that's Jake Ducey's mentor, and he got so far, so maybe I should listen to him too. Hi there, Leslie. So I went and I started listening to Bob Proctor. And Bob Proctor then mentioned that he used to listen to Joseph Murphy, The Power of Your Subconscious Mind. And I said, okay, let's go back to the source. And I usually do try going back to the source. And I know, let's say David Snyder, another mentor of mine, he'll always give me all the sources. And I always feel like I'm a little bit of a scavenger hunt where he leaves a little bit of a trail and I follow that trail, and he leaves another trail and I follow that trail, and leaves another trail and I follow that trail till I get to the actual source and I learn the best. So I was listening to The Power of Your Subconscious Mind. I have a subscription to Scribd, and they have the audiobook there, and I love audiobooks because that means before I go to sleep I get a bedtime story, or when I go out for a walk I can listen to it, or while I'm cooking and cleaning I can listen to it, and I'm doing like double the work, not just cooking and cleaning, but also learning. So I'm listening to The Power of the Subconscious Mind, and then suddenly something just clicked inside of me, and I realized what it was that I was doing right and what it was that I was doing wrong in my manifestation. And I realized that I had been writing many, many affirmations out, but I wasn't completing the affirmation. And my unconscious mind, or subconscious mind, however you want to call it, was basically bringing to me to the word of what I said, what I wanted, but nothing more. While for me, I was assuming the rest of it was clear as day. Why wouldn't it come afterwards? And then click, it happened. I realized I have to be much, much more specific when I'm talking to my unconscious mind. Now, I also realized I do a specific process called dialing. I don't know if anyone who knows about it. It's dialing with a hall control board in front of you. And what I realized dialing is basically an affirmation that you're saying under hypnosis, because the moment you see that dial in front of you and you start turning it and then it gets stuck and you can't turn it anymore, it gets to the highest number, or it gets stuck somewhere in the middle and you have to loosen it, you're in hypnosis, whether you like it or not. I didn't put you in hypnosis, you put yourself into hypnosis. You're in some sort of trance. In any case, usually when I do the dialing, I say, where do you want to get to? So 0 would be where you are right now, and 10 would be where you want to get to. And then you're turning it up to 10. So what you're in essence doing is making an affirmation. You bring it up to 10, and that's where you want to get to. That's where you are at the end, an affirmation. Only one step more than just an affirmation under hypnosis when you are closest to your unconscious mind, because that's what hypnosis is. You're getting rid of your conscious mind and going straight to your unconscious mind. You're also getting rid of any of the things that are blocking you from getting there. Any of the experiences you're holding inside there, you're getting there. And the reason why sometimes people say, but how come I have to do this styling over and over again? Affirmations also need to be said over and over because they need to be imprinted on the unconscious mind. You have to make a groove that gets stronger and bigger and stronger and bigger and stronger and bigger. And once that groove becomes big enough, your unconscious mind brings it to you. Now, the bottom line is you would not want things to happen just like that. Because let's say you said to yourself, wouldn't it be cool if the pink elephants would walk into my living room? You wouldn't really want the pink elephants to be walking in your living room. And if you just had to say the word and your unconscious mind brought it to you, you would be wreaking havoc in your life. So basically, it's done in a very smart way. The unconscious mind needs to be repeated to and repeated to and repeated to, and that gives you time to think about what you want, change the details if you need to, make it more specific if you want to, decide all the little things that you want to add into it. And then once you have it down pat and you continue repeating it over and over and over again, after a certain amount of time, be it 3 weeks, like some people say is a real creating a new habit. Some people say it's 2 months to create a new habit. Doesn't make a difference. I think that at the beginning it usually takes longer because you have to kind of build the belief that it's actually going to work. While after you already have the belief, it usually takes a shorter time because you believe that it's going to work anyway. And I know that was certainly true for me because 10 years ago when I was manifesting my money after, earning only $20 a week and $80 a month, and then within a year and a half, I got like over $1,000 a month. Basically, it took me a year and a half to manifest. But when I want to manifest things now, it generally takes no more than 6 months. And my belief is that I can even make it a shorter period of time as my belief grows stronger and stronger, which it just did today when I was listening to that book. So that's a really cool thing. And I'll let you know whether I actually manifest things I want to manifest. I'm not going to tell you what they are because you're not supposed to say what you're going to manifest. It's supposed to be between you and your unconscious mind. And when they manifest, I'll let you know. In any case, I really recommend reading The Power of Your Subconscious Mind. For me, I know that when I do an immersion method, meaning that I take a subject and I studied it in depth in every little aspect that I can with the different authors and different people, that's the way that I learn best, and that's what I do. But it was cool. Hi there, Adam. It was very cool, this whole idea that one thing led me to another. First, I went into Jake Ducey, and Jake Ducey led me to Bob Proctor, and Bob Proctor led me to Joseph Murphy. And Joseph Murphy, something clicked inside of me, and I figured out the idea of manifestation, and I figured out how my control board and dialing is actually affirmations. Affirmations, which you do when you're in hypnosis, when you're closest to your unconscious mind. Thank you for that. And so what I recommend to you to do, if you know how to do the dialing, if not, you can come to me personally and I'll be glad to teach you how to do it. By the way, if you haven't yet done it, please give me a like down below. Give me a heart. It'll be all the better because I love to have people love me. And if you're watching this on YouTube, give me a like and press the subscribe button and the bell notifications that you'll get to know every time I put out a new video, and you won't miss a video in the future. Any case, back to my topic over here. I recommend you learning The Power of Your Subconscious Mind. The dialing, as I said, is a form of affirmation, and according to The Power of Your Subconscious Mind, the best time to do affirmations is when you're semi-asleep, when you're closest to your unconscious mind. When you're hypnosis, you don't need to be semi-asleep. You're still closest to your unconscious mind, and you kind of put your conscious mind on vacation. So you're still going straight to the source, and you do it over and over again. I use my dial every single night before I go to sleep. I make sure that everything is where I want it to be, how much money I want to earn, how much all my relationships, how they want them to be, my weight, what I want it to be. I put all those things in order every single night. And what I'm basically doing is affirming things, affirming it over and over again in my unconscious mind. And once I affirm it enough times and the grooves are strong enough over there, the unconscious mind has no other choice but to bring it to me, because that's what the unconscious mind does. And remember, the unconscious mind doesn't judge whether something is good for you or whether something is bad for you. It just brings it to you. So think about what you say to yourself on a day-to-day basis. Think about the things that you want. Make sure it's the things that you want, and then repeat them over and over before you go to sleep. I'll give you one more little tip, which I learned from the book. What they say to do is before you go to sleep, sort of like a lullaby, just repeat the word wealth, health, wealth, health, wealth, health, wealth, health, wealth, health, over and over and over again as you're falling asleep. And when you wake up in the morning, first thing you do before you even get out of bed, before you barely open your eyes, again, just go wealth, health, wealth, health, and just keep affirming that you have wealth and health in your life and see what happens. And if you want relationships, you can add that in too. If you want to be married, I would add in marriage, happily married, happily married, happily married, and just see where that takes you. Try it. You can't lose very much. It's a really simple thing to do. Doesn't take much time, and I'd love to hear what your results are. I'll let you know what my results are when they come. Have a great weekend from Ilana Michelson from optiontoheal.com. Remember, everything's always going your way. Everything's always going my way. Everything's always going everybody's way. And don't forget to give a like down below. A heart if possible. I love getting the hearts. They make me feel really loved. Take care.